Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Sandy VCAL PD presents the Sports Corner Podcast.
Let's get ready to rumble!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is 2Sweet Podcast, and today we'll be going through some news, reviews, and rumors. But before I get into this podcast, I would just like to welcome back Edan. It's
Hey,
great to have you
guys.
back on, buddy.
Yep, the fantasy booking genius.
The self-proclaimed.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm glad to have you back on here, buddy.
yeah.
We have a
Thanks, bro.
lot on the table here tonight.
Yeah, we have a lot. I missed the biggest week of wrestling. I didn't get. Well, you guys didn't get my thoughts on WrestleMania, and NXT, but that's for later in the.
That's for later on
podcast.
that's for later on the show. But first things first, we're going to be going over the greatest Royal Rumble pay-per-view.
Weird pay-per-view, may I
yeah.
add.
Though yeah, it is a weird pay-per-view.
And then as well, we have switched up a few things. Me and Leigh, we have switched up reviews. He's now going to be starting to review Raw. I'm going to start to review SmackDown. And the reason why is because two of my favorite wrestlers are on that show, and that is AJ Styles. There's Andrade Cien, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan is back. Maybe Leigh added that. That's amazing news that Daniel Bryan's back. Let's hope Big Cass does not injure him in the Backlash pay-per-view. Let's hope not. Horrible wrestler.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go through that horrible segment that happened. Whew.
And wait till you hear my biggest rant on Raw.
But now
This week was terrible.
Yeah, now let's get to the greatest Royal Rumble. Leigh, put the matches here. Cause,
Okay, yeah.
all right. Now,
So match one,
There we
John
go.
Cena versus Triple H. It was an all right match. It was an all right way to start off the greatest Royal Rumble.
I think it should have been later in the show.
Though yeah, it was a good way to start the show, but it should have been later on the show. I would have been all right with the Cruiserweight Championship match happening at the start of the show.
Yeah.
Though yeah, John Cena wins. It was a 15-minute match. I was predicting Triple H, but big match John. Yeah.
I was predicting John Cena because he's had a tough time. Obviously, that horrible match.
Yep,
With The
that
Undertaker.
2-minute death match.
Yeah.
Though yeah, John Cena needed this.
It's horrible, man. How, the biggest star in wrestling,
Yeah, one of the biggest stars.
the biggest star, John Cena. He's the biggest star without a shadow of a doubt. If you say WWE, someone is going to say John Cena or Hulk Hogan, even Triple H. But, John Cena prevailed. He defeated Triple H. It was a good match. They haven't fought in like over 8 years, I've heard. And, yeah, it was back and forth. John Cena won. I give this a 3.5.
Yeah, same here. I'd give this a 3.
Now, Leigh, I want you to talk about this cruiserweight match because you love the cruiserweights.
Yeah, Triple H has been taking over the cruiserweights, and they've sent them to big heights.
Yeah, I'm liking this new general manager, Rockstar Spud, or whatever you want to call him,
Yeah,
Drake
Drake
Maverick in WWE. He's been good. I like him as a face. Well, not even a face. I just like him as a fair general manager. I don't like heel general managers a lot because they're really unfair.
Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, not even Stephanie, just like Eric Bischoff or something. But he was a good general manager. But yeah, Cedric Alexander defeated Kalisto for the cruiserweight title.
I thought this match was pretty good.
10 minutes.
Though yeah, it was a 10-minute match. They showed off their phenomenal skills in the ring. Especially that that move off the turnbuckles. Like Cedric does that dive and just pulls him and the superstar back.
Yeah, that was a sick as move.
That was an amazing move.
I loved it how they both had really good chemistry in the ring. This was one of the best matches of the night, of the
Of the
pay-per-view,
show, yes.
whatever you want to call it. But
yeah, this one's a 3.5 for me.
for me, this is like, all right, if it went longer, if they had more time to show, it could have easily been a 5-star match. But for me, this match is as well a 3.5. Cedric Alexander prevailed when he hit his finisher, and he pinned Kalisto 1, 2, 3. Kalisto, though, he's doing alright, but I think it's time for Cedric Alexander versus
Cedric Alexander versus
Tony Nese.
Yeah, Tony Nese. It's time for Tony Nese to get a push.
Yeah, Tony Nese. I'm liking Tony Nese. I'm also liking what's his name? TJ Perkins. TJ Perkins deserves a push as well.
Though he had his push in 2016 when he was Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, he did have his push, but that was babyface TJ Perkins. I'm liking this heel, this arrogant young TJ Perkins. And I really think Brian Kendrick and TJ Perkins should have a team. Mentor versus
Mentor versus Master.
Oh, no. Mentor versus the little young arrogant boy. That was good.
Yeah.
But now they should team up. But for the next match, I don't really care.
Yeah, though the Leader of Worlds versus the Bar. Though it was predictable, but it didn't stop it from being an all-right match.
Yeah, it was like a 2.5, 3-star match. Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy.
They deserve this.
Yeah, they do, but I don't like this team. A lot of people are liking this team. Personally, I don't like this team. The fact is that I think Bray Wyatt, he should have been a face like a year or 2 years. He should have been a face when he won the title. Even before then. When they had that weird Wyatt family thing with Randy Orton. That was so weird.
Yeah, just
and I don't know why. Sorry, Lee. I don't know why Randy Orton beat Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. They should have had Bray Wyatt win the Rumble, Randy Orton win the Elimination Chamber match, and then Bray Wyatt wins the World Heavyweight title.
But no, they wanted a more recognizable name to win the Rumble. But who cares? So we're gonna talk about this match. Lee, what are your thoughts
on the Bar and the Leader of Worlds?
Yeah,
2 3/4. So yeah, 2.75 stars.
Something like that. I say 3 stars because simply all these 4 men in the ring are world class, especially Cesaro, who should have a singles push as a heel and should be Intercontinental Champion.
Well, United States, whatever you want.
Whatever, even Universal, man, he's that good. But this was a back and forth match, but the Leader of Worlds or whatever.
The Leader of Worlds. Yeah.
The Leader of Worlds?
Yeah, they're being called the Leader of Worlds.
The Leader of Worlds? Okay. Weird name. But yeah, they have weird chemistry, but good at the same time. And they prevailed in this match. But now we're going to be also talking about the United States Championship match.
Jeff Hardy versus Jinder Mahal. Now, I said last week this was 50-50 because there could potentially be United States Championships and Intercontinental titles switching brands.
Yeah. And we were right. Jeff Hardy prevailed. I like this. I like Jeff Hardy as
a singles competitor. Yeah.
As a singles competitor. I'm liking him as the enigma, but please, man, get a new attire. I'm hating the attire. I like the old school Jeff Hardy attire when he beat CM Punk for the WWE Championship when he had those bands.
Yeah, with those bands and the tank top and stuff like that.
That's what made Jeff Hardy famous. That's why he was number 1 for a long time. But Jeff Hardy, Jinder Mahal was a pretty bad match. It was 5 minutes.
It didn't even go on for 10 minutes. Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, I pretty much preferred The Undertaker and John Cena that went for 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I'd rather Undertaker and Cena over Hardy and Mahal. That's the craziest thing because WrestleMania 34 was a complete disappointment.
Yeah, but the thing is, the reason why obviously they did this is because they wanted the greatest Royal Rumble to last for
pretty much 4 or 5 hours, yeah.
They wanted the Rumble to,
to get a lot of attention, yeah.
But I don't understand. So you win the Rumble, and you just get a trophy and a little title belt.
And apparently that's actually an actual title. Braun Strowman's actually going to defend the title.
Ah, so you can defend it.
Yeah, that's what I got off Wikipedia. Like, Braun Strowman was the inaugural Greatest Royal Rumble champion.
Maybe they can have the Greatest Royal Rumble at the MCG
Yeah, potentially.
and actually make it a pay-per-view. That will be big. I'll definitely be there for that so I can boo Roman Reigns out of the arena.
Yeah, we could boo Roman Reigns. We could boo Jinder Mahal out of the arena. We can, if there's going to be some NXT talent there, we could boo Tommaso Ciampa.
God, they should have brought Adam Cole to the Greatest Royal Rumble, but they brought Roderick Strong, which is
Yeah,
fine. But we'll
absolutely.
talk about that later.
I absolutely love
I
that.
have a rant about the Greatest Royal Rumble, but Jeff Hardy, Jinder Mahal, 2 stars, 5-minute match. Don't really care. Jeff Hardy wins. Now the
Yeah,
tag team champion.
Hold on. Sorry to
go,
interrupt. Yeah,
go.
yeah, this one's also 2 stars for me. But I absolutely loved how Jinder Mahal missed that elbow.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, but not as fun.
Speaking of botches, but we'll speak about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. So now we have the Bludgeon Brothers, which I'm liking a lot, but they're not being used correctly. I don't care if they're champions. They should be running through everyone. It was a 5-minute match with the Usos. The Usos should have switched brands, in my opinion.
So yeah, the Usos had nothing else left to do.
They
on
have
SmackDown.
nothing to do now. And now, what is the new... What they have do they have a new feud, the Bludgeon Brothers?
I don't think so. No, I think with NXT's War Machine or War Raiders, whatever you guys want to call it, I think War Machine should have moved to SmackDown, have this feud with the Bludgeon Brothers. That'd be an amazing feud of the century.
Yeah, but I'm liking this feud with the War Raiders and that other tag team,
Heavy Machinery.
Heavy Machinery.
But
That's
yeah,
a good.
That's
feud.
a good one. Yes.
So this match was back and forth, but the Bludgeon Brothers dominated the majority of the match. Only went for 5 minutes, and
I was pretty much. We were pretty much expecting the Bludgeon Brothers to annihilate the Usos. Yeah.
I give this a 2.5 stars. Leigh, what do you give this?
Yeah, same here. I give it a 2.5.
Now probably to one of the matches of the night. The ladder match with Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and The Miz. This was a nice match.
Yeah, it was a really, really good match.
Hey, I wish it lasted longer, but it didn't. It was a good match.
Yeah, it should have had some more time to show, you know? Like, have this ladder match go on for like 25 minutes or something.
I have something to speak of this, though. The Miz. What a performance by The Miz. He dominated half of the match.
Yeah, he was the best in that ladder match.
He was the best in that ladder match.
I don't care if you guys have Seth Rollins or Finn Balor as your favorites or even Samoa Joe, but The Miz pulled off one of his best performances in a ladder match.
Yep. The Miz really showed why he is
the A-lister.
He's the A-lister. All right. He legitimately wiped out the whole ring, nearly got the title. Oh, unfortunately, I think Balor came up or Rollins stopped him, but he had a dominant showing for like 5 minutes, and then Balor had his moments. Samoa Joe really didn't have his moments.
Yes, Joe didn't have any spotlight in that ladder match. I was like, what the hell? This guy's one of the best guys to cut off a promo, and you guys give him nothing?
Yeah. It's not even a promo, man. His wrestling's phenomenal. But, you know, they gave really good spotlight to Finn Balor as well. A little bit to Seth Rollins. And Finn Balor, then he started to dominate the match. Finn Balor, coup de grace. The 9-6, I think that's what the finisher is called.
Yeah, I believe that's what it's named, yeah.
Yep. He went up. He was that close from grabbing the title, but then boom, out of nowhere, Seth Rollins climbs up to the ladder and then just grabs it like it's a heist, a robbery heist.
Yeah, and Michael Cole actually said this during the pay-per-view that this is up there with one of the heists of the century. You know where he cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase at WrestleMania 31? This is hardly like that, but...
Yeah, it's nothing like that.
It's nothing like WrestleMania 31. It is pretty sneaky of Rollins to just go up and grab the title like that, but this is nothing compared to WrestleMania 31.
100%. So I give this match a 4 stars.
Yeah, this one's 4 for me.
4 stars. It went for 15 minutes, practically on the dot, 15 minutes and 5 seconds. And it was a really good match. Now on to the next one. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
And first of all, I just want to say how great is Nakamura's heel theme.
Yep. I love the heel.
It fits his gimmick that well.
Yeah. I didn't really like how it was a double count out. I reckon Shinsuke should have won this match personally because it was in Saudi Arabia.
True, yes.
I love Styles, you know me, but we all do. But Shinsuke Nakamura, man, he needs to win a title very soon.
What if at Backlash, it is no disqualifications? What if Nakamura could win this?
What if Nakamura brings someone from like NXT or debut someone to attack Styles? Or maybe Styles can even do it. Maybe we could do a double turn. We could have Shinsuke turn face and boom, Bullet Club. I've been saying this ever since ever since 2 years ago, ever since Styles' debut. I've been saying to Leigh, bring the Bullet Club. I don't care what it's called, the Breakfast Club, the Balor Club. They need to bring it. They were this close and they stuffed it up. But this was a very good match, obviously, with the two best wrestlers in the company, practically. It went for 14 minutes. It was very back and forth. Shinsuke was playing a lot of mind games to AJ Styles during this match. And I liked it. I liked this Shinsuke heel. I think they should keep it up unless they do that double turn, but they won't, obviously. And if they do, obviously Triple H had something to do behind with that. But we'll speak with that next week when Backlash is over. But this was a very good match. I just didn't like how it was a double count. But hey, you got to make both of them look good. So I guess do a double count. I rate this match a 4.5, simply the fact these are the two best wrestlers.
Oh yeah, it would make sense for this match to be a double counter. So yeah, I would give this a 3. Next up is the Undertaker versus Rusev in a casket match.
They first had it Rusev, then they changed it to Chris Jericho, then they changed it back to Rusev.
Well, mainly because of Lana bitching to WWE to not have Rusev in this match.
Not have?
Yeah, to not have Rusev in this match.
Why?
I don't know.
Rusev should have won this match. Hey, I love The Undertaker, but Rusev...
So yeah, nothing against The Undertaker, but yet Rusev is the most over guy in the company, and this should have been his biggest win yet.
Yeah, it should have been his biggest win. Or maybe he could have won the Greatest Royal Rumble, but he didn't. But we'll get to the winner. You know, we already said the winner, Braun Strowman. But we'll get to the match after Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, which
sucked.
Which was horrible. But The Undertaker defeated Rusev. Nothing to really talk about it.
Yeah,
he did a choke slam. He was this close to putting Rusev in the casket, but then Aiden English apparently bravely closed the casket before he could put Rusev in. Rusev had some momentum, attacked The Undertaker, but then boom. Last ride, tombstone, boom, into the casket. I rate this match a 3.
Yeah, same here. This is a 3 for me. And now Brock Lesnar versus Cancer in a steel cage match for the Universal title.
The big dog, Roman Reigns.
Oh boy.
What can we say about this match? Suplex.
Superman punch.
Superman punch. Spear. That's
Spear
it.
through the cage wall. Lesnar wins.
Yeah. It should have been Roman who won. Not my creative decision. I'm just saying, practically Roman should have won. He didn't hit the floor first, but the rule is 2 feet must hit the floor.
Yeah, I know.
Lesnar's feet were on the cage.
Yeah, Lesnar was on the cage, not the floor. So in another way, Roman Reigns should have won this match.
But thank God he didn't.
I know. It may be stupid, but yet it was a perfect decision for WWE to have Brock Lesnar have this.
Yeah, because they were gonna they didn't want Roman to look bad, so that's why they did it. They wanted Roman to look strong, and to me, the Roman Reigns experiment is over. But
don't get your hopes up.
I'm not getting my hopes up because he's probably gonna beat Samoa Joe at Backlash.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up. It's more likely to have Roman Reigns beat Samoa Joe at Backlash. Hopefully Joe would win.
So Brock Lesnar wins. Nothing to talk about there.
So yeah, Brock Lesnar wins 1 star. And I actually told some people about this, that the more times I watch Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar at a match, the more terrible it gets.
Yes. The first match was very good.
Yeah. The first match of WrestleMania 31, top notch. But second match, WrestleMania 34, child's play. It was absolutely terrible.
It
But-
was, yeah.
But Saudi Arabia's steel cage match just absolutely blew the 34th match out of the water.
Yeah. For a really bad match. So Brock Lesnar wins.
So yeah, Brock Lesnar wins, 1 star. Don't really care.
Now, to the greatest Royal Rumble match. 50-man Royal Rumble match for the WWE Greatest Royal Rumble Championship.
And trophy. Now, going into this 50-man Royal Rumble match, I was wondering to myself, who's gonna enter? Like, I'm hoping for like like you said, Roderick Strong, or maybe bring back Adam Cole or Kyle O'Reilly, some other NXTers like Cassius Ohno, or maybe oh Jesus, maybe even Aleister Black, or maybe they could have bring in Andrade Cien Almas.
Andrade Cien Almas, they are waiting for him.
We are waiting for him.
Watch me when I tell you this. They are going to make him WWE champion without a shadow of a doubt within either this year or next year. He is too good. He's the next Alberto Del Rio. But before me loving and talking about Andrade Cien Almas, let me get to the Greatest Royal Rumble. Now, my prediction was before the Greatest Royal Rumble, I had Daniel Bryan winning this match. Who did you have winning this match?
I had 7 people going into this
7?
Greatest Royal Rumble. Yeah, you probably might have listened to my podcast. Like, I had like Daniel Bryan, I had Kevin Owens, I had Sami Zayn, which didn't appear for some reason. Had Braun Strowman. Damn it, I can't even remember who else I had. I can't remember who else I had. But yeah, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman were one of my 7.
So, number 1 came out.
It was Daniel Bryan, pulled off one of the most, put out one of the most best performances in a Royal Rumble. He probably was the greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
65 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah, he beat Rey Mysterio's record. He beat it, and he didn't even win.
Yeah,
But let me get to that later in the match. Let me speak about how horrible they are using Dolph Ziggler. Why don't they have Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan up until the end? Oh, they're just going to have Daniel Bryan up until the end. No, they should have had Dolph Ziggler, Daniel Bryan. Maybe even Dolph Ziggler should have won that match. But hey, whatever.
But first, I want to say how terrible they're booking Mike Bennett.
Oh
3
my God.
seconds in that Rumble. 3
Yeah.
seconds. And after I finished watching Raw, that atrocious Raw, Mike Bennett was all pissy and whining about he thought he broke the shortest entry in the Rumble history.
Oh my God.
Like-
What is this, the new Kurt Hawkins now?
It probably looks like the new Kurt Hawkins. Mike Bennett's looking like one of the biggest idiots walking around this company.
Oh man, Mike Bennett.
Lose the love gimmick. As a matter of fact, get out of WWE. Go back to Ring of Honor. Hell, go back to Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
You had a better run in there.
Yeah.
But
Mike Bennett, and I showed this man, Leigh, Mike Bennett.
Yeah, you showed me Mike Bennett.
Mike Bennett is amazing. He is so good.
He has the potential to be World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
But what does WWE do? Job him out with a love gimmick.
Yeah. Job him out with a love gimmick. Tyler Breeze.
Ugh, just don't get me started on Fandango and Tyler Breeze. Breezango. They were terrible in that Rumble.
Yeah.
It was like a comedy act.
Yeah.
And speaking of comedy acts, remember how earlier we said that it was a night of botches?
Yeah.
Titus O'Neil
Titus O'Neil comes running down the ring.
trips into the ring.
Under the ring.
Trips under the ring, yes.
Crazy.
And my little brother and I, we were going crazy about it. He wanted me to talk about Titus O'Neil on this podcast, and your wish is granted, little man.
Yeah. Titus O'Neil.
Titus O'Neil just pulled off one of the best moments in the greatest Royal
But you
Rumble.
know-
But yet it was stupid but funny at the same
And
time.
they ruined it on Raw, but who
Yeah,
cares?
it took the joke too seriously.
Yeah. Now I want to say this. So our surprise entrants were Hornswoggle, I guess Chris Jericho.
Yeah, Chris Jericho, was kind of a surprise
That
entrance. But
sumo wrestling
yeah,
guy.
Hiroki Sumi. I wanted to know more about this guy.
Yeah.
Who else was there?
Mark Henry?
Yeah, Mark Henry was there. He wasn't much of a surprise.
Yeah.
Tucker Knight from NXT.
Yeah, Tucker Knight.
Roderick Strong from NXT.
Roderick Strong from NXT. They should have had more NXT superstars.
Yeah. There were a couple of others from NXT. There was two big guys. Bandandres, I think it was.
That guy who
that guy who looked like Brodus Clay.
Yeah, he was alright.
Yeah, that guy.
And that
great.
really tall guy.
Yeah, the tall bald guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also.
You know who
good.
they should have had in the Royal Rumble? Lars Sullivan.
Lars Sullivan would have been a perfect fit for this Rumble. Have him go one-on-one with Braun Strowman.
Oh, bro.
Lars Sullivan and Braun Strowman, one of the best matches you would find. On Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whichever brand.
Maybe not the best matches, but for big men, yeah. So this match was just a Daniel Bryan frenzy.
Oh yeah, it was a Daniel Bryan match.
It was a Daniel Bryan match. Unfortunately, he didn't win. What else was a really good entry? Sorry. Who also had a really alright performance? Elias did not have a good performance.
Well, Elias eliminated a bunch of
Yeah. Corey Graves. No. Michael Cole was high on Elias to win. Corey Graves was always switching his guys. And that's what I found funny.
Yeah, that's what I love about Corey Graves.
Corey Graves was switching.
Best commentator of all time.
Don't go too far.
I love Corey Graves.
It's JR and
the best modern.
Marlon Ronaldo. He's the best modern commentator. But yeah, they should put him on Raw. But anyways,
Elias had a good performance. Braun Strowman.
Big Cass had a good performance, but I'm still gonna have a rant about him.
You're still gonna have a big rant on Big Cass's
the
segments.
horrible booking that they did in the biggest Royal Rumble. Now let me get to the end of the match. Daniel Bryan went to the end of the match, broke the record. Had Big Cass eliminate him for heel heat. And then have Braun Strowman just eliminate Big Cass like it's nothing. No. They can't do that. Why didn't you have... If Big Cass was going to eliminate Daniel Bryan, have him win the whole thing. But nah. They have to make Braun Strowman win it. Make Big Cass eliminate Daniel Bryan. No. They should have booked this. And as well, they should have had Samoa Joe in there as well.
Yeah, they should have Samoa Joe in there as well. He was removed. I think he was removed. I don't know why.
Just horrible booking from the WWE. I don't understand this. I really don't. Why in the hell would you... I don't understand. What does Mr. McMahon see in Big Cass? I don't understand. What is it? Oh, because he's 7 foot tall. What? Oh, yeah, he can't wrestle. His promos are whack. He needs better rhythm.
Just wait. Just wait. He's gonna be the next Jinder Mahal or the next Roman Reigns.
I don't think so, but it's looking like it at the moment. Roman Reigns, screw you. But anyways.
Braun Strowman, your first ever greatest Royal Rumble champion. It was a decent enough Royal Rumble. Though it had some good moments. It had some confusing moments and bad moments with Mike Bennett being eliminated in 3 seconds, only to follow it up with him in like happy and joyful cheers where he wasn't the one to break it.
Might add Jazz beat Rocket.
Well, don't get your hopes up, Edan. It's only game 2.
All right.
But we're not talking about NBA on this podcast. This is 2Sweet Podcast. We're talking about wrestling.
Yeah. So, now, Leigh's Raw review. Now, this is the first time I think Leigh has reviewed Raw.
I have talked about Raw on a couple of your reviews. But yeah, I don't want to talk about Raw. It was just atrocious this week. But for this podcast, I'm going to be talking about Raw. And first off, I just want to say about New Orleans, the fans of New Orleans and the fans of Montreal, Quebec, Canada. You guys are the best people walking on this planet Earth right now. Especially the people in New Orleans. You guys, both New Orleans and Montreal, booed the absolute hell out of Roman Reigns. And you know, Cage Side Seat actually said that the people at Montreal don't even like Roman Reigns. Like, they hate his guts. Alright, so to kick off Raw, Roman Reigns bitches and complains about he was the guy who had his feet on the floor first, which was true, but thank Christ he didn't even win the match. He's going to be gunning for the Universal Championship again, and a large chance of Roman sucks chance coming around. It was amazing. It was amazing. Then Joe appeared on the screen, says that Joe's going to be taking out Roman Reigns, which is more likely for Roman Reigns to beat Samoa Joe. Then Jinder Mahal comes out saying that he wants to take out Roman Reigns. Then Sami Zayn comes out, the biggest pop you would find. The biggest pop you would find in Canada. And then Kevin Owens comes out. And they both stated the fact that they both want a piece of Roman Reigns. All three, Mahal, Zayn, and Owens, takes out Roman Reigns, and then...
Okay, guys, wait a sec. Sorry for interrupting you. Congratulations to Kane. Kane leads primary for mayor of Knox County.
All right, continuing on. Bobby Lashley comes out, tries to save Roman Reigns, and then the greatest Royal Rumble winner, Braun Strowman, comes out, makes it even, and then all it does, it just comes out for a 6-man tag team match. Next up was Elias versus Bobby Roode. What better way to start off your first match on Raw than have this match go on again? You know, like, you had it last week, why have it again? This match barely had any importance. As a matter of fact, none of these matches had any importance to Backlash. Am I right there, Edan?
So?
Like, none of these matches on Raw had any relevancy to Backlash.
Yeah, just like SmackDown.
Except for the Intercontinental Championship match. That it had some relevancy, the Intercontinental Championship. But, Elias, Bobby Roode, barely meant anything. It was Elias's win, I think. Though it had a terrible finish. The Authors of Pain versus two random people from Canada. John Paul and Francisco, I think his name was. Don't really know. Authors of Pain won. It was basically a death match. Seth Rollins comes out, talks to the people of Montreal, and he brags about The Miz becoming a 9-time Intercontinental Champion. Then Finn Balor comes out and says that he wants a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship. And I was like, oh, all right. Another match for the Intercontinental Championship, it would be okay. Wouldn't mind another match between those guys. Though it was official. And then Trippus O'Neil, a name that I came up for Titus, has an interview with Renee Young, and then Baron Corbin, of all people, comes out and comes up and talks to Titus O'Neil how it's child's play that you're taking this trip at the Greatest Royal Rumble seriously. Next up, Ruby Riott and Sasha Banks. Don't care. This match sucked. And I was actually saying during the match, your skills in the ring against Ruby Riott puts me to sleep, Sasha Banks. I was actually shocked to say that, because I have faith in Ruby Riott. She has a lot of potential to be women's champion, but this this match just overall bored me. As a matter of fact, almost every match bored me.
She shouldn't have won the match. She has a lot of potential, but Sasha Banks, man, I can't believe how they've been using her.
Yeah. All right. Like I said earlier, Titus talks about his trip at the Greatest Royal Rumble. Baron Corbin walks in and talks about how it's just child's play and it was a waste of time. I don't really want to go through this anymore. All right, next up, Jinder Mahal and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Braun Strowman, Bobby Lashley, and Cancer. It was just Braun Strowman.
Wait a second. Have you talked about the promo with Reigns?
Yeah, I've talked about it.
You've talked about it?
Yep. The people hated him. Hell, what am I saying? Everyone hates him. Everyone hates Roman Reigns. Anyways, I don't really care about this 6-man tag team match. The good guys win. Don't really care. Next up, Baron Corbin versus No Way Jose. And I just want to say how stupid they're making Baron Corbin. Like, as soon as Titus World Slide comes in, and Titus O'Neil just looked like a complete joke. And then as soon as No Way Jose goes for the roll-up, Baron Corbin doesn't even kick out. The man is 6'7" and should be able to kick out of a roll-up. Why is WWE making Baron Corbin look like this? This is basically shades of the contract cash-in. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm trying not to swear here, people. This just proves how much this Raw sucked. Worst Raw of 2018. Mickie James with Alexa Bliss versus Natalya and Ronda Rousey. And first off, I just want to say, Natalya and Ronda Rousey, get off my TV. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Natalya and Ronda Rousey, get off my TV. Ronda Rousey with Natalya almost looks like get off my TV. Natalya wins. I don't care. I'm going to move on to the best match and the only best match of the show. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Heavyweight title. They were 2 each on each other. And this was the deciding match on who's going to take on The Miz at Backlash for the Intercontinental Championship. Though, I absolutely like this match. The one thing I hated about this match, I think they were showing a commercial for Backlash during this match. Edan, where they
Yeah, they were showing a commercial.
This is the one thing I hated about last week and this week. They're showing commercials for a pay-per-view that we know is coming up. There's no need for commercials to come up during a match. Like, this is just bull. But it didn't stop this match from being a great match. It was a 5. No, it didn't even feel like a 5-star. A 4-star. It felt like a 4-star. Though, yeah, I like this match. Nothing else important in this Raw. I absolutely hated it. On to your SmackDown review, Edan.
I will go on to my SmackDown review, but I want to say something. Can you please get Roman Reigns off my TV? That's all I'm asking. That is legitimately all I'm asking. And yeah, that's what I'm going to keep asking for the rest of the goddamn day. Get Roman Reigns off my TV.
And as far as Ronda Rousey goes with Natalya, they feel like get off my TV. I can't believe I'm saying this to Ronda freaking Rousey, the baddest woman on the planet. And yet, she sucks as a babyface. She sucks more with Natalya. And I had nothing against Natalya. Like, I was okay with her on SmackDown, but as soon as she came to Raw, she immediately dies.
Yeah. So I'm going to get to my SmackDown review. All right. So the first segment of the day.
Miz TV.
Miz TV.
And first off, I just want to say, SmackDown's doing a Monday Night Raw, you know? Like, usually Raw starts off with Miz TV.
Yeah. So, Miz gets good. Even before he talks. He then proclaims that SmackDown is the A show, which it is, again, since he's back. And he plans to win back the IC title on Friday. But that's then, and this is now. Wait, have they moved pay-per-views to a Friday now?
Don't think so, no. I think for a Friday pay-per-view, that was just for the Greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia.
Well, apparently, Backlash is on a Friday. So, I don't know. Win back the IC title on Friday, but that's then. and this is now. A moment everyone has been waiting for. He brings out Daniel Bryan, claiming that Bryan carries a grudge from the Talking Smack days. Miz says it was cancelled because he moved to Raw. Miz then baby faces using his daughter and noting that he wants to be a better man and hoped for the same for Bryan when he had Birdie. Wait a second. Sorry. This was from last week. I'm very sorry. Now, alright, sorry. That was last week's SmackDown. Sorry. Let me talk about this week's SmackDown.
Though I wouldn't mind getting your thoughts on last week's SmackDown.
Yeah. But you know, by the way, I rated that segment B+. No way, no point in me speaking on that. So Hardy and Orton frustrated Miz and Benjamin early. So, by the way, the first match of the day was Hardy and Orton. So, Hardy and Orton frustrated Miz and Benjamin early, using well-timed tags to keep the heels off guard. The Miz shoved Hardy off the top rope, heading into the break, though, and seized control for his team. An extended heat section saw Benjamin and Miz take turns working over Hardy as the crowd chanted for the United States champion. After a big clothesline from Hardy, the babyface comeback began. Miz tagged Benjamin into the match while Hardy finally reached Orton. The Viper exploded into the ring, taking the fight to both Miz and Benjamin. He tried for the dropping DDT on Benjamin, but Miz interrupted. He fought him off and delivered a double dropping DDT. The RKO to Benjamin followed, and the Swanton Bomb from Hardy after that for the babyface win. After the match, Hardy found out the hard way that one should never trust a snake, falling prey to the RKO. Randall Keith Orton. Orton stood tall to close the segment just days before a shot at the US title. Result, Hardy and Orton defeated Miz and Benjamin. The match was a C+ to me.
Yeah, the match was alright.
Now, the worst goddamn heel in the business. Big Cass playing mind games with Daniel Bryan. Big Cass calls Daniel Bryan small and makes fun of him, which wasn't funny at all. Then Cass calls Daniel Bryan out to the ring, and we didn't expect what was coming next. A little person disguised as Daniel Bryan comes out to the ring. He makes jokes about the little guy. It wasn't funny at all. He also says he's a hometown hero, and then does a big boot to the face. This was a really, really bad promo, grade F. I don't care if this guy is 1,000,000 foot, 9 foot, 7 foot. This was the worst goddamn promo except for Roman Reigns' whole wrestling career in WWE history. A heel move to force down our throats. No. And I swear to God, if Big Cass wins this match, Vince McMahon, I can't wait. And I'm going to set a pipe bomb here. I'm going to be CM Punk. I can't wait until your bed is made.
Jesus.
Shinsuke demands an apology. Renee Young brought WWE champion AJ Styles to the ring. Renee asked about his WrestleMania opponent Shinsuke, and he goes on a rant calling him names like the cheap shot artist such and such. He said if the artist wants an apology for the assault he perpetuated on him in Saudi Arabia, he can come out and get it. Instead, Samoa Joe, the submission machine, comes out. Joe says Styles should be more concerned about his match against the big dog at Backlash, because once he beats the big dog, he will have his eyes set on AJ Styles.
Or Shinsuke Nakamura.
As
whoever has the WWE Championship.
Yeah. As Joe leaves, Shinsuke does a sneak attack from behind and low blows Styles once again.
And I have something with Shinsuke Nakamura in my rumor mill. Sorry to interrupt you there, Edan, but I have something with Shinsuke Nakamura in my rumor mill, and you'll be getting something on that.
Yeah. Now, for the last, well, actually not the last match. I'm not even going to talk about the women's match.
Well, yeah, I can't really.
I'm not even going to talk about it.
I can't even blame you.
Woods versus Sheamus. This was an okay match. Nothing to say really, other than Xavier Woods got a surprising win over 1.5 of the bar. Sheamus, half of the bar. Rating D. And now, this, Leigh, I don't know if we're going to have enough time for the room rule. We probably will. But now we are getting to the fantasy booking world. And we are featuring Leigh in this one. So, and I'm going to let Leigh go first.
All right, so
I want your fantasy booking leading up to SummerSlam, please. And if you want WrestleMania.
well, I'm gonna be leading out to Money in the Bank first, since we're gonna be having a big 5 this year.
Yeah.
All right, so after Backlash, if AJ Styles wins the WWE Championship match at Backlash against Shinsuke Nakamura, I'm predicting AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe at Money in the Bank. But if not, if they can move that to another time, it would be SummerSlam. So what if AJ Styles gets a bigger challenger, like bigger than Samoa Joe, maybe Andrade Cien Almas, or maybe even, well, there's been rumors going around saying that after Big Cass is finished with Daniel Bryan, he's gonna be gunning for the World Heavyweight title. Though, yeah, what if for Money in the Bank, AJ Styles can have Big Cass, and then maybe after that, AJ Styles gets Samoa Joe for the World Heavyweight title. And as far as the Universal Championship goes, I told you earlier that Brock Lesnar's next match is going to be could potentially happen at Money in the Bank.
I wonder who against. I hope it's Bobby Lashley.
Though, yeah, I'd rather Bobby Lashley over Roman Reigns. If we're getting Roman Reigns again, then God, I'd rather just leave the world of wrestling and leave the world of WWE, actually.
It's not even wrestling. It's entertainment, this
Leave
crap.
the world of... leave the world of entertainment, WWE, and just go to the independent scene. I'll review stuff there. So yeah, with the Universal Championship, I'm thinking Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. There's been rumors going around that as well. As well, I don't think there's anything else left to talk about. I don't know what WWE is going to do with the United States Championship or the Intercontinental Championships, but I'm thinking with the Intercontinental Championship, Elias gets his chance.
Yeah, I hope so.
Maybe if Seth Rollins when Seth Rollins beats The Miz, maybe Elias can have a little twist with Seth Rollins and maybe throw in Bobby Roode. So at Money in the Bank,
Kill Bobby Roode.
though you're right now, keep him babyface. Throw Bobby Roode into the mix. Have a triple threat match at Money in the Bank for the Intercontinental Championship. Have Seth Rollins, Elias, and Bobby Roode.
That would be a nice match.
It would be a nice match. United States Championship. I think right now, when AJ Styles has Big Cass at Money in the Bank, I'm thinking Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, The Miz, and Samoa Joe. I'm thinking those 4 have a chance at maybe in a ladder match. Maybe a United States Championship ladder match.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. Women's Championship matches, I have nothing for them. I have nothing. I have nothing for those titles.
All right. Do you want me to start?
Maybe I'll go through who should be in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been going over who's gonna be in this Money in the Bank ladder match.
We have a lot actually.
So yeah, we've been thinking. Well, if Elias doesn't make it into the United States Intercontinental Championship match, I'm thinking he has a shot at the Money in the Bank ladder match. If Bobby Roode doesn't do the same thing, I'm thinking him. Dolph Ziggler, you and I have been going on this.
Mm-hmm.
Andrade Cien Almas.
Isn't it only Raw superstars?
Well, maybe they could be. Maybe they can throw in some Raw and SmackDown superstars. Make it a mixed brand Money in the Bank ladder match.
I remember they used to have 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. That really made me angry, that stuff.
Yeah, but maybe this year, maybe with WWE going co-branded pay-per-views.
Oh, is it all co-branded pay-per-views now?
Yeah, it's all co-branded pay-per-views.
Okay.
So yeah,
Wow.
maybe with this Money in the Bank ladder match, they could throw in 4 Raw superstars, or maybe 5 Raw superstars and 5 SmackDown superstars.
A 10-man ladder match.
Yeah,
I remember the biggest one was an 8-man, I think, in WrestleMania when they had RVD win it. Or CM Punk win it.
I think I remember WrestleMania 26. They had 12.
12.
I think. I'm not sure.
One of my favorite ladder match Money in the Bank was when Shelton Benjamin was in one of them, and he like ran across the ladder and he did like a suicide dive or something like that.
Yeah, he was in almost every ladder match.
Yeah, so he's been in a lot, but the one in WrestleMania, I think, where Mr. Kennedy won that match.
Yeah, WrestleMania 23.
Yeah. That was the ladder match where Sheldon Benjamin was really good. So, anything else, Lee?
Okay, so yeah, if Elias and Bobby Roode doesn't get into the Intercontinental Championship match, I'm thinking those two can represent Raw. I'm thinking... I think I'm predicting Jinder Mahal for this ladder match. As much as I hate him, I think he's more welcome to this ladder match than a championship match. From SmackDown, I'm thinking, well, if the Intercontinental Championship or United States Championship doesn't get defended, I'm thinking Seth Rollins and Jeff Hardy. For the last Raw superstar, I'm thinking Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Though, yeah, I'm thinking Braun Strowman. I can't think of anything else from Raw because Raw barely has anyone. SmackDown has everyone. That's why you're reviewing SmackDown, because they have Andrade Cien Almas, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Nakamura, while Monday Night Raw barely has anyone.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy.
Though, yeah, for SmackDown, Jeff Hardy, maybe,
Oh, no.
no, Dolph Ziggler's on
Yeah.
Raw. I've already put him in.
Andrade Cien Almas, maybe?
Yeah, maybe Andrade Cien Almas.
Yeah, if they're going to make him the next Alberto Del Rio.
Though, yeah, make him win the Money in the Bank ladder match and make him cash in the World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Best booking decision ever. Okay, so yeah, Andrade Cien Almas. Maybe Samoa Joe. If Samoa Joe doesn't make it to the United States Championship match, or if the United States Intercontinental titles are ever going to be defended at Money in the Bank, I say put those four superstars in. Put Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, The Miz, and Andrade Cien Almas, and put those four superstars who I mentioned in the United States Championship match in this 10-man Money in the Bank ladder match. All right, that's it for my fantasy booking. On to you, Edan.
All right. Well, I'm the booking genius. So, let's just get straight to the point, man. So right now we have the champions. I'm going to start with the women. So we have Carmella. Great. I don't care. Good, Carmella. Okay, let's say Carmella loses. Charlotte gets another reign. Asuka wins. Charlotte moves to Raw. Get Nia Jax off my TV. What a horrible champion.
I want to hold you up there, Jan.
Yeah.
Maybe if Charlotte and Asuka are going to go at it again, have this at SummerSlam, and maybe have another superstar shakeup after SummerSlam. Maybe have Charlotte move to Raw.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. So, as I was saying, Charlotte moves to Raw, has Asuka champion, Nia Jax versus Charlotte. Charlotte gets another reign, and we have Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte. I want to heel Ronda, and I want to face... Actually, no. Other way around. I want to heel Charlotte. I want Charlotte to work with Stephanie McMahon. I want that as a kryptonite for Ronda Rousey. The only kryptonite for Ronda Rousey is either Asuka or Shayna Baszler, because Shayna Baszler is the goddamn best women's wrestler in history. I'm joking. It's Sasha Banks or whatever, Trish Stratus, whatever you want to say. But so I have them versus SummerSlam. I have Ronda win, and I have Ronda hold the title till WrestleMania. It's kind of like a Brock Lesnar way, dominating everyone. And I have Asuka versus Rowdy Ronda Smiley Rousey. Not even Asuka, man. Shayna Baszler. Because Shayna Baszler deserves everything right now. Shayna Baszler's been on top of the world.
Yeah, Shayna Baszler. I said during my NXT predictions and reviews that she's the next woman to lead the NXT division.
Yeah.
I've been saying this.
So we have the Money in the Bank. My prediction for the Money in the Bank, it's not really a prediction because we don't know who's in it yet. But who I want to win, let me think. I want either Bobby Roode or Dolph Ziggler or Drew McIntyre to win. Those are the three guys. All heel. They better be heel. Bobby Roode better be heel.
Oh, yeah, maybe. maybe I can change my 10-man to a 12-man. Maybe have Drew McIntyre from Raw and maybe someone else from SmackDown. Maybe
Usos.
Oh yeah, Usos. One of the Usos.
Yep. So as I was, or maybe even Jeff Hardy.
Or Jeff Hardy. Yeah, I said Jeff Hardy.
You said Jeff Hardy. All right. So just have let's say we have Dolph Ziggler win the Money in the Bank. All right. Now, most likely, it's going to be Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in a fatal 4-way. Perfect time, my friend. Brock Lesnar wins, gets beaten down by everyone in that match, wins the match, boom. I'm here to show the world. Comes out, beats Brock Lesnar, wins the Universal title. That's how I would book the Universal Championship.
Sorry to interrupt you again. What if, after a fatal 4-way match at SummerSlam or Money in the Bank, whichever you want to put it at, maybe have Brock Lesnar out unconscious, have Dolph Ziggler come in, cash in, bang, new Universal Champion.
And then we have a match at SummerSlam with Lesnar and Dolph Ziggler. But as well, now we're going to switch to the WWE Championship, which is more interesting. So, the 5 best wrestlers right now on SmackDown, Andrade Cien, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Samoa Joe. Alright? Those are the best wrestlers right now. Alright? And Daniel Bryan. Alright? So, I don't think Daniel Bryan should be in the Money in the Bank because it's just going to make him look bad because I don't think he should even win the Money in the Bank because I reckon Money in the Banks are made for heels. They're not made for baby faces. I'm sorry. So, winner of the Money in the Bank is something to do with Raw. Has nothing to do with SmackDown to me. So, we have AJ Styles defeat Shinsuke Nakamura at Backlash. Have AJ Styles hold the title. In Money in the Bank, or no, whatever pay-per-views, just have like big cast, AJ Styles wins. We'll have triple threat matches, add The Miz in the mix. And then in the Money in the Bank, we have Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. Then we have Shinsuke Nakamura come in and just ruin the match for everyone. He ruins the match for everyone, and then comes to SummerSlam. We have Andrade Cien winning all the competitions. We have Daniel Bryan doing really well. We have Samoa Joe who just got screwed, and we have Shinsuke Nakamura in the fray. AJ Styles obviously is the champion. And then we have AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, and Andrade Cien. They fight it. They have obviously will probably have a 5-star match. I would say Daniel Bryan would win. But I just think it's either Samoa Joe's or Andrade Cien's time. Let's say Samoa Joe wins, and we have Samoa Joe win the match. Samoa Joe holds it till WrestleMania, and we have Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles, like in TNA, baby. What a match that would be!
Yeah,
holy
I'm
crap.
I'm predicting a really, really good TNA match from their old days.
Yeah, the X Factor days. So that's what I would have for the WWE Championship. I'd love Andrade Cien to win. I want him to be the next Alberto Del Rio. So if he is the next Alberto Del Rio, if you're going to make him like that, you obviously have to have him as the the Money in the Bank holder.
Yeah, the Money in the Bank holder first, and then World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, maybe you can even cash it in on AJ Styles after SummerSlam when he's beaten down, victimized,
and conquered by Brock Lesnar.
Or Samoa Joe.
Or Samoa Joe, yes.
By the way, Paul Heyman should go to Samoa. I would love Paul Heyman and Samoa Joe as a. Oh my god!
Yeah, that would be a brilliant duo.
Yeah. So we have that. Right now you can't talk much, but this is the time for fantasy booking. We have that. Or I'm going to really have a big fantasy booking. We have AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Backlash, double turn.
No, you've been sitting there.
No disqualification. You said that already, yeah?
Yeah, I said no disqualification.
Finn Balor, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson all come out. And I'm sorry, but Adam Cole come to the main roster and have Roderick Strong take over the Undisputed Era. And have Adam Cole, Finn Balor, AJ Styles, Guns and Gallows.
I absolutely love that. Since, all 5 of them were part of the Bullet Club.
We have a freaking Bullet Club, man. They all attack Shinsuke.
And speaking of the Undisputed Era, I absolutely love how Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Adam Cole were all from Ring of Honor. This is a Ring of Honor alliance right now.
Yeah, I like that. I like that, man. I like how Roderick Strong has turned heel.
And maybe if Flip Gordon is finished with Ring of Honor, he can join NXT and then turn heel and then join Undisputed Era.
Yeah, that is true. So we have a really, really good situation. We have Bullet Club. We have Finn Balor.
AJ Styles, Guns and Gals, and Adam Cole.
So we have Adam Cole win the Intercontinental title. We have Finn Balor win the Universal. So they're both on Raw. Then we have Guns and Gallows with the tag titles. And we have Styles with the WWE Championship. And they take over until WrestleMania and until someone conquers it. Probably would be Roman Reigns, but no, I wouldn't fucking do it. Sorry for my language. I wouldn't do Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is horrible. He's the worst wrestler in history. So yeah, that would be another booking of mine. But I would love a really, really nice Intercontinental title change. I want Seth Rollins to go in SummerSlam, have a open challenge for the Intercontinental title.
Then shock the system.
No.
Oh, I was more predicting that.
No.
I'm more predicting Adam Cole to join that SummerSlam.
No. I'm sorry. It's not Adam Cole. This guy is a babyface for some weird reason. He should be heel.
Bobby Roode.
No. Din, 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 din. The UK champion Pete Dunne comes out and beats Seth Rollins to become the Intercontinental Champion.
And isn't it pretty weird that the UK division isn't even a thing? Like Pete Dunne has the WWE UK Championship, right?
Yeah.
And WWE promised that they're gonna have a show down in the
yeah, they're
United
making
Kingdom.
a tournament now, another tournament.
Yeah, another tournament, not a show. Like not a actual show. Like with NXT's, the 205 Lives, the main events. Even though main events terrible.
I don't think they should have a show. Actually, yeah, that would be a good idea. But Pete Dunne is that good, man. He's that goddamn good that I think, man. And if someone's gonna take the title off him, please just bring this guy back, Zack Sabre Jr. He's the man. Or Magnus from TNA. He was a beast. Or even Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett, man.
Yeah, Stu Bennett. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bad news, Barrett. Afraid I got some bad news.
Yeah, a UK alliance, an England alliance.
Yeah, we could do that, man. Versus the Bullet Club. Something like that. But we have Pete Dunne win the title. I think Jeff Hardy should keep the United States title for a while. I'm liking him with the United States title. I mean, if someone's going to beat him, and if they're not going to give a title or the WWE Championship to Andrade Cien Almas, have Andrade Cien Almas beat, what's his name? Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy. For the
But
United
if
States
they want to
Championship.
make, okay, let me talk about Big Cass for a second. Sorry for switching all this weird stuff. Okay, first of all, why are you trying to make Big Cass the biggest heel? You should make the best goddamn wrestler, except for AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, etc. You should try and make the best goddamn heel, except for Tommaso Ciampa in NXT. You should make Andrade Cien Almas beat Daniel Bryan. Come on, man.
Now that's dream match galore there.
That is dream match galore, and you have a really good heel, and you have the best baby face in all of WWE history, except for Stone Cold. Imagine that, man. Now, for my I'm gonna say my predictions. Well, not my prediction. My fantasy champions for the end of SummerSlam. We have WWE champion Andrade Cien. We have WWE Universal champion Dolph Ziggler, which would never happen. We have the Raw tag team titles. The Authors of Pain.
Yeah, maybe the Authors of Pain since
The SmackDown. Oh, go.
Since Raw barely has any tag teams, well, except for the Leaders of Worlds and yeah, like you said, the Authors of Pain.
We don't see that much talent there.
Yeah, and Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. They look like a really good tag team.
Yeah, they look like a good tag team. They could be even champions.
Titus World Slide, get off my TV.
Yeah.
Breezango, get off my TV.
Titus Catering.
Yeah, Titus Catering. Breezango, get off my TV.
Breezango was good up until the Bludgeon Brothers came. Then they were bad.
Well, up until the Bludgeon Brothers and the Fashion Files, the Fashion Police, and the Ascension, up until they come up to the main roster, died.
Yeah, and they're gonna do the same thing with the Revival. Oh yeah, you can't forget about the Revival.
Oh yeah, and the Revival.
The Revival, very good team. But
the Revival was a really good team, 2-time NXT tag team champions. But yet yet a year later they die.
They get jobbed to the Legends.
Yeah, they
just
jobbed
like
out to the Legends,
just like the Ascension. Jinx. So, as I was saying, tag titles, Authors of Pain, SmackDown tag titles, keep it on the Bludgeon Brothers until WrestleMania. I want it to be the most dominant tag team. Intercontinental Championship, Pete Dunne. I wouldn't mind Pete Dunne holding that title. If not, heel Finn Balor or Adam Cole, someone like that. Or heel Bobby Roode. United States Championship, keep it on Jeff Hardy or Andrade Cien, or even maybe Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan needs a title. Women's title, I want Raw Women's title to be Rowdy, Smiley, Ronda Rousey. And I also want the SmackDown Women's title to be Asuka. And what else? What other titles are there?
The Cruiserweight Championship.
The Cruiserweight Championship, I'm sorry, Cedric Alexander. I want... you know who I want? What's that English guy?
Jack Gallagher.
No, not the English guy. Sorry, the Australian.
Oh, Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy. I want him to be the Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, he didn't make it into the Greatest Royal Rumble Cruiserweight Championship match because he didn't make the cut. He didn't make the weight.
Really?
Yeah, he was 207, not 205.
Mm.
And that's just... You might as well just, make this match.
You should get rid of the weight thing, man.
Yeah, get rid of the weight thing. Just
change the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just even call it 205 live. We don't care. Maybe put on 205, 2:05 a.m. or p.m. I don't know, man. Whatever you want to do, cruiserweights, you do you. But that is my predictions for SummerSlam. Now we are going to get to one of the best segments. Not even a segment. We're going to get to the Leigh rumor mill, and if we do have enough time, we will get to the E&L segment.
Yeah, we'll hopefully have enough time. All right, time to go on to the Leigh's rumor mill. I already mentioned this during the show. Brock Lesnar's next match is expected to be at Money in the Bank. And on the subject of Money in the Bank, as WWE is looking to make the big 5 pay-per-views, and with your Royal Rumbles, your Survivor Series, WrestleManias, and SummerSlams, they're looking to go for more than 3 hours. All 5 of these pay-per-views. Yep. Okay. On to the Big Show. WWE wanted the Big Show involved in WrestleMania and the Greatest Royal Rumble pay-per-views, but according to Wrestling Observer Radio, he suffered an injury while coming back from his hip surgery. We don't know where this could lead. To a retirement for the Big Show?
No. Trust me.
Well, potentially. We don't know. There's some speculation going around with Shelton Benjamin. There's some speculation on Shelton Benjamin being added to the United States Championship match at Backlash, so he can take the pin rather than Randy Orton or Jeff Hardy. Though it's more likely to be just Hardy and Orton, not Benjamin, Hardy and Orton. A Saudi prince was talking with WWE and was wanting a deal with their planning for the Greatest Royal Rumble, and allegedly wanted to see The Undertaker, The Ultimate Warrior, and Yokozuna in the Greatest Royal Rumble. Though he wasn't aware that The Ultimate Warrior and Yokozuna were dead. So So apparently with Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer was saying that the sumo wrestler who appeared in the Royal Rumble, Hiroki Sumi, was probably brought in for a Yokozuna substitute. Though we don't know where Hiroki Sumi's going to go after this, after that Royal Rumble match. And speaking of Saudi Arabia, from Rihadi Reports is saying that WWE is more likely to come back to Saudi Arabia for another show in November. We don't know if it's going to be a televised show. We don't know if it's going to be just a live house show. We don't know. According to BW Insiders, there were some within WWE that were not happy going to Saudi Arabia to perform at the Greatest Royal Rumble. And more likely the match itself. Because with Mike Bennett and a bunch of others who didn't compete in the Rumble for over a minute, I wouldn't blame you. Drew McIntyre wasn't at the Greatest Royal Rumble because WWE didn't call him up to the main roster in time enough to work out at Visa for him from the Observer. Apparently some fans thought that Aiden English was hurt at the Greatest Royal Rumble pay-per-view on the tombstone that he took from The Undertaker, but PW Insiders say that he's okay. Also from PW Insiders, WWE was originally going to use Hornswoggle for the Greatest Royal Rumble kickoff show against a midget named WeeBL. But instead, he was brought into the Rumble match. The Observer notes that while it would seem obvious that Woken, Matt Hardy, and Bray Wyatt will win the Raw Tag Team titles at the Greatest Royal Rumble because of the bar being on SmackDown, it's at least possible that won't be the case because they could do a switch at Backlash just over 1 week. You know, with the leader of Worlds moving to SmackDown and maybe the bar moving to SmackDown. So yeah, that's what they could have done for the Greatest Royal Rumble. Speaking of which, there was also notes with the new Raw and SmackDown post-Superstar Shakeup rosters that they won't go into effect for at least a few weeks regarding house shows. And Post Wrestling says Alexa Bliss had minor cosmetic surgery after WrestleMania, but she's still scheduled to compete at Backlash this upcoming Sunday. So, yeah, don't bitch out, Bliss. Camping World Stadium is sending out emails for fans asking them to take a survey to help get WrestleMania back in Orlando. So I wouldn't mind another WrestleMania in New Orleans. If it has another great stage setup like WrestleMania 33 or 34, then take my money. The latest Wrestling Observer newsletter notes that Ring of Honor shows post Supercard of Honor has struggled to sell tickets. We don't know where that's going to go for Ring of Honor. And this is the biggest news that has come out in recent memory. Chris Jericho will be returning to New Japan Pro Wrestling, probably to settle the score with Tetsuya Naito post Wrestle Kingdom. There was also some rumors going around saying that there are some speculations on to be any title changes at Backlash. WWE has been using Braun Strowman's green Greatest Royal Rumble Championship title in graphics for Backlash, but they were deleted. It would appear the belt won't be used going forward. So we don't know if the Greatest Royal Rumble Championship belts will be an actual title for defense or something like that. Samoa Joe was removed from the upcoming July 7th Madison Square Garden show, where he was scheduled to wrestle Roman Reigns in the main event per Wrestling Inc. If there was going to be another Samoa Joe Roman Reigns match and it was at the Madison Square Garden, we didn't know where it would lead. WWE Network News say that Sunday Night Heat is coming to the network next week.
Really?
Yes. I I apparently read this today. There's rumors going around saying that Sunday Night Heat's going to be coming to the WWE Network next week. We don't know if there's going to be some reruns from years ago, if they're going to be making a revamped version, like a remade version.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't know.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. Okay, so PW insiders say folks with Impact Wrestling blamed last week's lower than normal viewership numbers on the NFL draft. Some Impact rumors for you Impact fanatics out there. Highly doubt that there's any Impact fanatics out there.
Well, I did watch Impact Wrestling last week, and House of Hardcore was pretty good. And you know who's really being pushed? Austin Aries, Eli Drake, Scott Steiner, LAX. They've been really pushed, and I think
TNA's on the rise, like TNA's.
No, on the fall, in my opinion, the best TNA back then when it had Styles, Bobby Roode, and everyone. That was the best TNA, man. Samoa Joe, like I used to watch that, man, and I'm like, wow, this is probably better than WWE.
And as soon as AJ Styles joined WWE, then Samoa Joe and all those other folks downfall.
Bye.
But at least TNA had broken Matt Hardy back then.
Yeah, they did have broken. They made a good. Actually, no, Hardy actually made that gimmick. So it wasn't even TNA who made it. TNA just produced the gimmick. They approved the gimmick and they did it. Thank God TNA approved the gimmick. Well, didn't have to approve it. Just had to approve the legal stuff about the broken gimmick in WWE. But broken Matt Hardy, he's not that big of a success in WWE.
All right, then. I said earlier that Shinsuke Nakamura's talked about Shinsuke Nakamura's low blow. But Stone Cold Steve Austin was actually talking about Shinsuke Nakamura's low blows.
Really?
Yeah. On the latest Steve Austin show, Stone Cold and Jim Ross broke down the WWE's first ever Greatest Royal Rumble event, and the biggest topic on the conversation was Nakamura's heel turn since WrestleMania. And Austin or Jim Ross, either one of them, had this to say. I thought they had a better match in Saudi Arabia and at Jeddah. I really enjoyed the match. I enjoyed Shinsuke much more as a heel than I do as a babyface. AJ, whether he's a face or a heel, is one of the best workers in the world. And I'm a huge fan. I thought that match clicked, and I really liked it. Austin continued and broke down why Styles is getting hitting low blows below the belts over and over and over and over and over again. May not be good long-term booking. On a nitpicky note, I think he's got to be not to be careful, but not to do too many over the low blows. Too many of the low blows, because those start to wear a little old. I like to kick to the back of the knee when the referee was there. Some of the subtleties, I think this word's named. I don't know. I'm liking what they're doing, or what Shinsuke is able to do as a heel. That's all that Austin had to say about Shinsuke Nakamura as a heel, and some UFC rumors.
Wow.
Yep. Dana White is still hinting that Brock Lesnar will be returning to the UFC soon. We don't know if Brock Lesnar is going to be returning to UFC after SummerSlam when he's finished with Bobby Lashley. Most likely. I don't know. Anyways, that's it for my rumor mill.
All right, boys and ladies and gentlemen, this has been 2Sweet podcast or radio, whatever you want to call it. And Leigh, take it to the scene.
2Sweet. Good night, folks.